welcome to Base Camp TV. I'm your host, Buck Weezer, and believe it or not, we have got a great show lined up for you. We are continuing our series after Easter, which is succinctly called After Easter. Each week, we are taking a look at one person who encountered Jesus after he came back from the dead and how it changed their life. Today, we have got an unbelievable story to tell. But why take my word for it? You're going to see for yourself in a minute. But first, let's go to our series, Whether or Not.
Breaking news. Breaking news here in the Base Camp TV studio. Join us live on location for Whether or Not.
Hello, I'm Joanna, bringing you the forecast for John chapter 20. Folks, it's going to be just beautiful out there today. Oh, what? No, I said beautiful. You know, like another word for pretty? Okay, now I just think this thing's mocking me. That's just how I say the word beautiful. Beautiful. Gah, you know, it doesn't even matter. The forecast could be for swarms of robot bees, and the disciples wouldn't care because you know where they are? They're in a room with the windows closed and the doors locked. That's right, they're hiding from the Jewish leaders who had Jesus killed. We could have a meteor shower with baby unicorns. How about a bouncy ball rainstorm with a flash flood warning? It could snow cotton candy today. They wouldn't care. What is even the point of a weather forecast when everyone is locked in the room all the time? It doesn't matter!
Thank you for that unusual forecast. Yeah. And now let's move on to today's story with a note from the opera.
A note from the opera.
Welcome to the opera. I am TJ, and I'll be performing the story of Thomas the Doubter. Let's set the scene. Jesus has risen from the dead. His disciples, who were hiding from the Jewish leaders, had now seen him. All of them, that is, except for Thomas, who was, well, somewhere else when Jesus had appeared to them.
Maybe he was outside enjoying the supersonic hailstorm.
That is possible. John does not say, but what he does tell us is that when Thomas hears that Jesus is alive, he is not convinced. Thomas says, "I won't believe until I see it with my own eyes." But Thomas, "I won't believe until my fingers reach inside." What? And touch the holes inside his hands from when he was crucified. That's gross. That's nasty. Give me a bag. So call me Doubting Tom until I see Jesus is alive. A week had passed, and yet again, there they were, all gathered inside with the doors locked, when someone appeared. "Peace be with you, and with you." "Is that a ghost who just came into the room?" "But no, it's Jesus." "Reach out your hands, touch and see. Now that you see, do you believe?" "Yes, Lord, I believe now that you're standing here with me." And scene. Thank you. And now, let's go to the garden.
Base Camp TV Garden.
Woo-wee! Those were some fine theatrics. Howdy, folks. Welcome to the Base Camp TV Garden. I'm Farmer Dale, and I'm here to talk about faith. Now, you may be wondering, does faith really matter in our lives? You better believe it! You get it? Believe? Well, I'm glad you liked it. Just a little farming humor for you. Anywho, in our story today, Thomas wouldn't believe Jesus was alive until he saw him and touched him for himself. That's what he needed in order to understand that Jesus had risen from the dead. And Jesus gave Thomas just what he needed to believe. But Jesus also said to him, "Because you have seen me, you have believed. Blessed are those who have not seen me, but still have believed." Well, I'll be. Did you catch that last bit? Who are the people who haven't seen Jesus but still believe in him?
You.
That's right. Jesus gave a special blessing to all the people who wouldn't get to see him and touch him like Thomas did, but who still choose to believe that Jesus is God's Son, who died for us and came back to life so we can have life with God forever. You know, the book of Hebrews tells us that faith is being sure of something even when we can't see it. It's something farmers and gardeners have to have a lot of. You see this seed? When I plant this seed down in the dirt, I can't see it anymore, but I still have to water it good, and even then at times, it'll still look like nothing's happening. Have you ever tried to watch grass grow?
That's strangely soothing. You know, maybe I'll go outside and watch some plants grow.
Good idea. And as I said before, plants grow so slowly we can't see it with our own eyes. But we know it's happening because by the time the harvest comes, the fruit is there. Following Jesus is kind of like that too. We can't see him or touch him, but as we follow him, we can see the way he changes our hearts and our lives. And just like Thomas, if you're ever having a hard time believing, you can talk to Jesus about it. Because when we ask for faith, he'll help us. That's a truth right there you can really sink your teeth into. Well, thanks for joining me in the Base Camp TV Garden. I'm Farmer Dale, and I'll see y'all next time. Until then, keep growing.
It is hard to believe, but this episode of Base Camp TV is coming to an end. It's been an adventure, but that's what I love about pre-recorded TV. It's always full of surprises. And now it's time for the final word. Thank you. Can I get a drum roll, please? When I trust Jesus, I can have faith. Thanks for joining us today, friends. Don't stop believing, and we'll see you next time. Would you look at that? It really is snow and cotton candy. You know what that means. Watch out for that baby unicorn meteor shower.